Over to Poland, where the Supreme Court has officially validated last month's presidential election, confirming the victory of nationalist candidate Karol Nawrocki. Despite nearly 56,000 complaints and growing legal controversy, Nawrocki, backed by the Conservative Law and Justice Party, won 51% of the June 1st runoff vote, defeating pro-EU Warsaw Mayor Rafał Trzaskowski by around 369,000 votes. But opposition leaders and prosecutors alleged vote tampering at multiple polling stations, demanding a national recount. The court's exceptional supervision chamber dismissed most of the protests, calling them template-based efforts to paralyse the judiciary. Only 13 stations were recounted, with prosecutors later acknowledging some vote switching, mostly in Nawrocki's favour. Despite that, the Supreme Court said the overall result stands and Nawrocki will be sworn in on August the 6th. Prime Minister Donald Tusk acknowledged the court's authority but slammed the legitimacy of the chamber issuing the ruling, a body previously deemed unlawful by the European Court of Human Rights. Justice Minister Adam Bodnar, who had sought the removal of the chamber's judges, now warns of a facade process and is sending prosecutors to further probe election irregularities. Meanwhile, calls to delay Nawrocki's inauguration have been dismissed by parliamentary leaders. The ruling marks a new flashpoint in Poland's ongoing struggle between EU-aligned reformers and nationalist institutions reshaped under the previous government. Moving on, and a major United Nations conference in Spain has highlighted the escalating debt crisis facing developing nations, with over 100 countries gathering in Seville to call for urgent action. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres warned that the global debt system is unsustainable and unfair, with developing countries now paying $1.4 trillion each year in debt repayments, the highest level in 2 decades. Speaking at the summit, leaders from the global south, including Kenya and Senegal, called for a complete overhaul of the international financial system. Low-income nations often face interest rates double those of rich countries and spend more on debt than on healthcare. The Seville commitment urges creditors to allow loan repayment pauses during climate disasters, expand local currency lending, and enhance global debt transparency through a World Bank database. While the US did not sign the agreement, activists and NGOs continue to push for full debt cancellation, warning that the global north's commitments remain insufficient to break the cycle of poverty, injustice and climate-induced disaster. Let's now have a listen to what the Spanish Economy Minister, Carlos Cuerpo, has had to say on the matter.
We are bringing 2 initiatives to the platform. One is a debt swap hub, which is in collaboration with the World Bank, an initiative to try to enhance, to scale up the use of debt swaps. And then another initiative is what we call the Debt Pause Clause Alliance, which is it's an initiative which pretends or intends to actually again join forces with the main creditors around the world to be able to generalize the use of these debt pause clauses that can alleviate the fiscal space for debtor countries when they have a specific crisis hitting them. Always will be part of the solution. For example, with the commitment of the rechanneling of most of our SDRs, we will reach up to 50% rechanneling of these IMF reserve assets, the special drawing rights, and that means that we will be announcing here in Sevilla an additional 1.9 billion US dollars that will be rechanneled to IMF funds that will benefit developing countries.
Let's now head over